Very good morning, my dear students. Today you are going to learn a electroretinogram. So, electroretinogram is highly useful for physiological measurement regarding the retinal damage or fundus image have been damaged. So, we can use to with the help of a retinogram, we can diagnose many kind of eye disease. We can test that rods and cones, how the strengthening of rods and cones we can easily find out with the help of electroretinogram. So here the electroretinogram we are going to study. So here the electroretinogram, what we can say means, so you are seeing the diagram. This is a retinogram electrodes have been placed on the fundus of the image. You can see there. So here they are using the baryon spectrum type electrodes. Another one is a cotton wick electrodes. They are placing over the eyeball. So with the help of these electrodes, it will pick up the electrical signal from the retinal activities. So the properly we can say that it is the electroretinogram is a diagnostic test that measure the electrical activity of retina in response to light stimulus. So the abbreviation is called ERG, that is ERG means electroretinogram, which arises from currents generated directly by the retinal neurons in combination with the contribution from retinal glia. So now you are going to study the more information from these one. So what all the one we can see that we'll see the one by one. And so here main important here that we can say that the ERG is an it is called an objective measurement of retinal function that can be recorded, which provides a non-invasively parameters, that is under the physiological condition. Here the ERGs are often recorded using a thin fiber electrodes that are placed in contact with the cornea, or electrodes that is embedded with an corneal contact lens. These electrodes permits the electrical activity generated by retina to be recorded at the corneal surface. So here the ERG can be elicited by diffuse flashes or pattern stimuli. Suppose when we give some kind of light flashing on eye, so by that way it will changes its performance. So that is here the International Society for Clinical Electrophysiology of Vision, that abbreviation is called ISCEV. So has introduced a standard for different forms of ERG recording. So we can have a many number of identifying the ERG functioning in a many form. The ERG as important, and clinically we can say that clinically having a utilization. So here the ERG is mostly used in clinical utilization, and it has provides a diagnostic information concerning a variety of inherited and acute retinal disorders. Moreover, the ERG can be used to monitor diseases progressions, that is so after giving medicine, what is the retinal function, that we can see it, and also evaluate the retinal toxicity. Okay, retinal toxicity means due to the various drugs or retained intraocular foreign bodies of the performance after given the drugs. So this is the main function of retinogram. So now we'll go for so here you are seeing that the A wave and B wave have been occurred from these ERG here. Okay, this one the name is called a biphasic waveform of a typical normal patient. So this is a normal patient, they are taken the ERG signal. There is a two kind of amplitudes you are seeing. One is a negative amplitude denoted by A wave and a positive amplitude is denoted by B wave. So here there is a difference between EOG and the ERG. So here the EOG has advantage over ERG in that the electrodes did not touch the surface of the eye. Here which one EOG, but here the ERG is having touch with the surface of the eye. So the changes in standing potential across the eyeball were recorded by the skin electrodes during the simple eye movement and after exposure to period of light and dark. So this they will go for a light measurement and a dark measurement. They will put the light how the retinal function is functioning during the dark one, how the retinal function is doing, they are observing it. And also the pattern electroretinography, that is called the pattern ERG. Now we are seeing the pattern of ERG is highly advanced vision test. We can say that is a highly advanced vision test that objectively measures how well our vision system is working, and the information from this test will help to the doctors diagnose various vision disorders as well as better understand when changes in our vision function occurs. The global or fulfilled, that is what we can say means a global or full-field electrogram, that is ERG, is a mass electrical response of the retina to the photic stimulation. So photic stimulation means when the light falls on a retina, according to that light falling and intensity, how it is generating electrical signal. So that is we are calling as a photic simulation. So the ERG is a test used worldwide to assess the status of the retina in the eye diseases in human patients, and in a laboratory the animals are used to model of a retinal disease. Okay, in order to rectify the retinal disease they are testing only on the animals. So this is the function of a now here what we are seeing that this is called a biphasic waveform of a typical normal patients. So in this case so we are going to discuss about A wave and B waves, and also we are going to discuss about early receptor potential. So we will see that one by one. So here we can say that the basic method of recording the electrical response known as a global or full field ERG is stimulating the eye with a bright light sources such as a flash produced by the LED or strobe lamp. The flash of light elicits a biphasic waveform recordable at the cornea similar to the EOG, and you are seeing this figure 1. It is given that a flashlight falls on eye, by that way A wave and B wave have been obtained. Here you are seeing the two components that are most often measured as A wave and B wave, and the wave is the first large negative component we are seeing in the diagram, and followed by the B wave which is a corneal positive, that is you are seeing a positive amplitude and usually larger in amplitude compared with the A wave. So here we are going to study the an early receptor potential. We are going to study the early receptor potential. The name is called ERP. Is a very fast biphasic wave appearing in the first 2 milliseconds following a bright flash prior to a wave, reflecting the earliest chemical response to the light in a receptor's outer segments, that you are going to see it in a figure, this figure. You are going to see that early receptor potential in a, you are seeing in a, this one. So how it will be A wave and B wave you are going to see here. So here approximately 70% of contribution is from cones, and the ERB latency is less than 1 microseconds. You are seeing in the latency is 1 microseconds. So due to the photovoltaic effect, the ERP are best recorded using no metal, that is such as with the cotton wick conduct, that we have already seen in the first diagram. So here the ERP is difficult to record and it is not commonly used clinically. So here you are seeing the another diagram. You are going to see that here. So this is called we are calling as the figure 1A. We can tell it as the early receptor potential occurring in the first 2 milliseconds prior to the A waves. So here you have learned a photovoltaic effect by a ERP. Now we are seeing here is a figure 1B is a hypothetical ERG which showing all the components if the stimulus included a long pulse of light. So that you are seeing here. So here, so another waveform also you are going to see here, that is the same one. So they are measuring the amplitude for A wave as well as a B wave, that you are seeing here. So this one it will shows this figure 2 shows amplitude and implicit time measurement of ERG waveform. So they are measuring the amplitude and time period for A wave and B wave. So here when you are seeing in a diagram B, that is in the B you are seeing here, the figure B we can say that it is a deficit concocted ERG of all components you are seeing here. If one would stimulate the retina with a long light pulse, produces as off response. It produces off response. So here we can say that what we can means. So in this case, here two principal measure of ERG waveform are taken in this diagram. One is amplitude, that is from A wave from a baseline to negative trot of A waves, and second one is the amplitude of B wave measured from trot of the A wave to the following peak of B wave. So here, and we can say that the time period, the T is from flash onset to the trot of A wave, and the time T from the flash onset to the peak of the B wave. So these times are referred to as implicit times in the jargon of electroretinography. Jargon means it's complicated to measure. They are calling it complicated to measure it. So now you are seeing here, this one is called a cartoon of a retina to show where the major components of ERG originates. So where the retinal ERG, that is ERG, the electro-retinal graph, that is electrical signal, where it is originating, you can see it, where the alpha wave is generating due to that rods and cones, and you are going to learn it from this figure. So here the A wave sometimes is called as a late receptor potential, which reflects the general physiological health of the photoreceptors in the outer retina. In contrast, the B wave reflects the health of inner layer of the retina, including on bipolar cells and molar cells, that is due to the bipolar cell and molar cells, the B wave have been generated. Two other components that are sometimes recorded in a clinic are C waves originating in the pigment epithelium and D waves indicating activity of bipolar cells. Okay, some small amplitude also we can named as a C and D. Okay, due to that pigment epithelium cells generation and of bipolar cell activities. So later we shall discuss some wavelets that are occurs on rising phases of a B wave known as a oscillatory potential. They are calling as a OPS. So OPS are taught to reflect activity in a amacrine cells. So that you are seeing the amacrine cells in the figure. Some companies providing the electrophysiology recording equipments offer normative data, that is called normative data. A laboratory should be test normal subject to ensure that testing environment produces similar results. Our normal reference group is 250 adults age 22 to 42 screened for a normal visual field. The best corrected acuity of 20 by 20, that is called 6 by 6 or better. The normal color visions without history of ocular or systematic disease we can measure. Now we will see that after taking the reading we are getting the scotopic blue reading. In this case this is called a scatter plot of B waves, amplitudes and latency with the age with the regression lines to show the aging effect. So see the aging effect, the age which is given here, in this case age 10. So what will be that B wave scattering? Okay. So B wave scattering is more higher in age 30, okay, and it has been discriminated with the help of regression lines. Here B wave amplitude has been given. Okay. So it is telling about normal and abnormal categories of these scotopic blue. They are calling as according to the age wise. So one below this line is a normal, above this line one is abnormal B waves. So that is amplitude have been varied here. Here also amplitude varied. So the according to some 300 milli volt they are placing a regression line. So by that way they are discriminating the function. Now we are going to see the what is a electrode recording. So here before electrode recording we'll discuss this one in a scattering plot. So what are the information we can learn from this scattering plot? So here the ERG of normal full term we can take it and which can shows the matured ERG. So a normal ERG in a newborn infant can be a small amplitude the first couple of months and it will varied. So the ERG attain peak amplitude in adolescence and slowly decline in the amplitude throughout the life. you are seeing the scattering plot. After the age 55 to 60 years, the amplitude of ERG decline even more, which implicit times slow gradually from adolescence through old age as well as. Below two figures illustrating how the B waves attenuates in amplitude with age and slow in its implicit with the time. So there is a considerable variation among individuals, but the linear regression line in each figure indicates a trend of aging effect on a ERG. Now we will discuss about ERG recording. So here what is we are going to see here, first the figure 4, it shows a spectrum or Boolean types electrodes used to record the human ERG, and the figure 5 which shows other simple types of electrode used to record the human ERG. Now we will discuss one by one. So here the ERG can be recorded several ways. The pupil is usually diluted. There is a number of corneal ERG electrodes that is a common use. Some are speculum structures you are seeing in figure 4 that holds the eye open and have a contact lens with the wire ring that floats on the cornea supported by a small spring. Some version uses carbon and wire or gold foil to record the electrical activity. There are also cotton wick electrodes that you are seeing in figure 4. Here the spectrum or Boolean type electrodes used to record the human ERG. There are yet other similar ERG recording device you are seeing in figure 5 this side here, and here the figure 5 these electrodes recording are using the gold mylar tape that can be inserted between the lower lid and sclera or cornea. Most electrodes are monopolar, that is are referred to another electrode site, most commonly on the forehead. Some are bipolar with the reference electrodes built into the metal surface on the spectrum. Each of these electrodes records large voltage response directly from the cornea or sclera, and each have advantages and disadvantages. We use Bordian speculum electrodes when possible. The sizes are available down to size that is fits in the eye most of full term babies. When the eye is too small for a speculum recording electrodes, we use ERG jet type most of the time. Here when the eye is very small, such as in some micro what we can say micro ophthalmic eyes or cases of trauma to the tissue surrounding the eye, we use ERG jet, DTL silver thread or ardent gold foil. These we are using to record the electrical activities. Now we will go to the other one. So that is called a typical ERG as a recorded with a different electrodes. Now you are seeing that here the ERG as a recorded with a different electrodes. So the different electrodes we have already discussed here. So here the ERG can also be recorded using skin electrodes placed just above and below the eye or below the eye and next to the lateral canthus. Since skin electrodes are not in direct contact with the eye, there is a significant attenuation in amplitude of ERG. So a number of individual response to flash attenuation are usually averaged by the computer that you are seeing in figure 6, which is a comparison of bright white flash ERG recorded from the same person using the 3 types of recording device, and average ERG from skin electrodes are given in the graph. If the electrodes are to be reused, they should be sterilized with the solution that neutralizing the prion transmitted disease such as Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, their name called CJD. Follow the sterilization recommended by the manufacturer. We use household clothing bleach also we can use, which gives active ingredient sodium hypochlorite, so diluted to the 10% solution with the distilled water. Now we are going to see the abnormalities in various diseases and states. So here there is a various diseases and states in abnormalities. We can say one is called acromatophobia, second one is a better disease, third one is a best vitellibrum macular dystrophy. Okay, see here, so acrotopia, that is called rod monochromosy. So this name is called rod monochromosy, that will it's called abnormal one. So here due to that scotopic response, which are normal and nearly normal to the photopic response, which are undetectable. Thank you very much for listening this class. Okay, it is useful. You have learned much about ERG. We'll see you next.